welcome back to DS Trucks. So in today's video we are going to be doing an oil change on our 2020 F450, but we are going to be switching the truck over to PAO full synthetic oil from Hot Shot Secrets. Pretty cool stuff. They claim to be the only one on the market offering this type of oil. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, this is a certified POA synthetic oil, which is, I guess, the next level of full synthetic. Also, it has FR3 nanotechnology infused. And what's really interesting about that is I just did an FR3 nanotechnology additive in the truck just to see how it does, and it definitely improved the MPG. But I don't want to talk too long about this. I just want to go ahead and get it done. Kind of in a time crunch, so I want to get this going as quickly as possible. Let's get up underneath the truck, drain the oil filter, drain the oil pan, and see you guys in the next scene. All right, so before we jump underneath the truck, what I like to do first is pull my dipstick out just a little bit, just so air can get down into the crankcase, and I also loosen up my cap, and it's just sitting there loose. As you can see, if you just pick it up, it's not all the way installed, and what that is doing is basically just letting the air get into the crankcase so it can flow out nicely. Anyway, let's jump underneath the truck. All right, guys, underneath the truck, and I've already got the wrench on the drain plug, and just like that, I'm gonna loosen it up. All right. And I'm in a pretty good position where I'm not going to get soaked. The truck's high enough off the ground, so I think I should be able to do this whole job without lifting the truck. But got my first drip there. Why not do an oil sample? Blackstone oil sample kit right here. And this is going to be interesting because there's FR3 friction reducer in the oil, so I wonder what that sample would say. Would it, you know, be good or bad or whatever? Well, I don't know. Just a little bit. Shot a little water. So they want you to catch it midstream, and that is going to be midstream, right about there. Hopefully you can see that. Pretty full, but yeah, this is why I pulled the dipstick and the oil cap, because it lets air get into the crankcase and it comes out real nice. All right, guys, so something new that I'm doing this time for the first time ever is I'm actually just going to spray some brake clean around the oil filter before I take it off. And that's just to get any loose material down before I take it off, just to eliminate any chance of anything falling. Definitely not a necessary step, but something I'm kind of experimenting with just to make sure nothing falls down into the new filter. All right, so I'm actually going to be pre-filling the oil filter. Now, this is a controversial step because it's really not necessary. Most guys that I know do recommend pre-filling the oil filter, but again, not necessary. The controversy has to do with the fact that the filtered oil comes out of the middle. So, is that right? I mean, I don't know. Very controversial. I always like to fill mine up before, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think it's a bad thing to do. That helps prime a little quicker, even though if you know anything about how fast these oil pumps are, you know, they fill this oil filter up instantaneously pretty much, and the residual oil left over in the engine will still lubricate the motor, so it's not a big deal. But that being said, the media is going to be bone dry versus if you pre-fill the oil filter, at least you're getting the filter media soaked in oil. Just my theory, but nonetheless, filling up the oil filter. All right, and also lubricating the O-ring with brand new motor oil. Now, this FR3 oil, gave it a little sniff. It smells like it's got shampoo in it. It's very strange. I noticed that with the additive, the FR3 additive, it smells like shampoo. It's very odd, but I guess it is what it is. All right, let's see if we can get this oil filter loose. I tell you what, they make these 6-7 oil changes pretty dang easy. So far, it seems to be one of the easier oil changes I've ever done. Oil filter's coming off nice. There's salt all over. I think in the future I'm going to spray off this area of the truck before I even with the car wash, at the car wash, because it is messy. Good. All right, here we go. Down she goes. Let's set this in here. I'll deal with it later. All right, so we got a slow drip. So we're going back on with the new one. It'll probably not stop dripping for a whole day, so we're not gonna wait forever, but give it enough time. Get on with the new one. Tighten it up, hand tight. Then a couple pulls with the strap, not crazy, just a little bit. All right, and that's that. Not real tight, you know, not hand tight, just a turn with the strap. And this I learned from PTT. Clean off the oil filter after. Now, before I will go ahead and put this on, because I don't want to even introduce anything like that into the engine, because I'm going to be spraying a lot of brake clean. So I guess it wouldn't hurt to put that back in there. Drain plug. I start doing a bunch of stuff. Turn this, make it tight, not too tight, but just tight enough. And we've got our brake clean. We're going to spray off our oil filter. Like I said, this I learned from PTT. Really want to clean this area right here. All right. This might need to get sprayed one more time, but that's gonna be good there. Because this will continue to just look like black runs going down the oil filter. So all right guys, POA oil going in from Hot Shot Secrets. Code, if you want to save 10%, which is pretty significant discount, use code name DS-trucks on hotshotsecrets.com. Save 10%. Anyway, I'm gonna be trying this oil out for the first time, and I'll give you guys an honest review of the oil. But anyway, once this is in, this gallon started the oil filter, so this will be the first 4 quarts. All right, so here we are. Oil's added. Let's go ahead and check it one more time to make sure we are looking good. Here's the level. I've already started the truck. After 12 quarts, I started the truck, and then I topped it off the last gallon. And let's see where we are as far as the oil. Now this oil is very interesting. It literally smells like some kind of a shampoo. All right guys, so here we are with the oil level. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better than that. We are right there at the full mark. Perfect. Engine's been run. And this stuff, I have to tell you, it's different from any other oil I've ever experienced. It smells different. My hands, look how clean my hands are. I was worried about gloves. They didn't have any gloves at the auto parts store, and I couldn't get my hands on any gloves. And I mean, they're not bad. I mean, I don't know. This stuff's weird. This oil's very strange. It smells like shampoo a little bit. Even the oil that came out smells kind of like shampoo because I put the FR3 additive in the old oil just to see what would happen. I put a little extra, but I knew I was going to drain the oil today, so it's very interesting, very, very interesting. So all in all, the oil change is pretty easy on the 6.7 POWERSTROKE, guys. Forget going to the dealer for an oil change. It's easy. It's just like any other car. It's not hard. I mean, there's a little bit more oil. Here is the used oil. I put it right back in the blue or in the diamond PAO containers. It's not hard. It's just a little bit more oil. It's not bad at all to do it at home. And here is the last. Now, how much did I add? I added 3 gallon jugs, so that's 12 quarts. And I also poured, I don't know how much that would be. There are no quart marks on here, so I don't know how much. I know these engines tend to run between 13 and 14 quarts. Doesn't quite look like it's 14 quarts, kind of looks like 13 and a half quarts. Now, I'm gonna drive the truck and we're gonna see how it drives. As far as pricing is concerned, I did pay $10 a quart. Essentially, after using a discount code, I use PTT discount code, and I got 10% off, and I ended up paying $40 for one of these jugs, so $10 a quart, not bad at all. We're using a Motorcraft filter that I think was like $27 from the dealership, but you can get that on Amazon for a little bit cheaper. I just don't always trust Amazon. So I've read the reviews on Amazon oil filters, and I've heard people saying that they're getting dented oil filters and all kind of crazy stuff. So I just went to the dealership and I ordered the Motorcraft oil filter, knowing, yeah, maybe it's a little bit more money, but you know what you're getting, and you never know what Amazon's up to. Now, when I went to the dealership, I also ordered the fuel filters, and those are going to be in later, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight, but that'll get done next. Now, as far as keeping track of my maintenance, I'm just going to save all my receipts, put them in a folder, date everything, and write down what was done to the truck. And I'm going to put that with the first oil change that was done at the dealership, which is nice. You know, getting your oil done at the dealership is nice because you can have it right in your Ford Pass. Your whole maintenance history is right there on Ford Pass. Great to have. That being said, to get your fuel filters, to get your oil, you're looking at like $400 to $500, and it can get expensive. Now, it's not that hard to do. If you got a couple hours, it's not that hard to do. If you do, if you can do a good job, if you're somewhat mechanically inclined, it's not that hard to do an oil change on a diesel. The next thing I'm going to be tackling is the fuel filters, so stay tuned to the channel if you want to see me do the fuel filters for the first time. They don't look too hard to do. Should be fun. This was definitely fun. This oil is weird. It smells like shampoo. My hands are clean. Look how clean my hands are. I didn't even wash my hands yet. Interesting. I don't know. This is just strange. So I'm gonna drive it. If you guys want to try the oil, go to hotshotsecrets.com. This is the 5W40, the full synthetic certified PAO oil. and use discount code DS-trucks and save 10% because that is pretty significant. Also, if you want to get it for less than $10 a quart, get the 5-gallon jug. I got the gallon jugs because they're easy to pour, but if you want to save, get a 5-gallon jug. It's gonna be hard to pour it, but you'll save a good amount of money. But anyway, let's go ahead and drive the truck and see if it drives any different. All right, guys, driving the 450 and the new PAO oil is in the truck, and it drives good. It drives a lot like it did before, but at the same time, I added the FR3 friction reducer, and I added a double dose. So it feels the same, maybe a little quicker before, but like I said, I added a double dose of the FR3. So interesting. There's probably more FR3 in the old oil than there is in the new stuff. This guy's racing. Should have raced him. I wasn't really thinking about it. But yeah, it's ooh, it's fast. Ooh, it's quick. I felt the rear kick out a little. Yeah, it's still better than, you know, regular 5W40. I think we'll see how it goes. So far, I like it. And what's really weird is it smells like soap. It smells kind of like shampoo. It doesn't smell bad. It smells good. And my hands weren't dirty. Like dirt wasn't sticking to my hands with the old oil. The old oil didn't stink like diesel oil usually stinks. It actually smelled like shampoo. Now, I did just put FR3 in that oil the day before, and I kind of regret wasting that stuff because that is good stuff. You know, they sent it to me, so it's kind of like whatever, but that is good stuff, it seems like, you know. So far I'm impressed, guys, with the products. If you want to try any of the Hot Shot Secrets products, go to their website, use discount code DS-trucks and save some money. The products aren't that expensive. If you use the discount code, you're looking at around $10 a quart. That is comparable to any other full synthetic oil, but this stuff seems different. It seems like a different thing. If you know anything about Hot Shot Secrets, they've tested their products, so they are safe. You don't need to worry about it. They are making products that are engineered to, look at all the stickers he's got. I bet I can beat him in a race. But they are making products that are engineered to be used in hot shot situations. Lots of heat, lots of miles. This oil, though, actually is rated to go like, I think with their bypass system, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's rated for like 50,000 miles. I'm not gonna do that, but it's a pretty impressive product. I'm just gonna change it like regular. It's not terribly expensive, so I'm just gonna change it like regular. But all in all, I'm happy with it. It's an interesting product just for the fact that it keeps your hands clean. It's interesting. It's almost worth it for that reason alone. Like, I don't want to be dirty, but yeah, it's an interesting product. So far, I'm enjoying all the Hot Shot products. I've seen improvements in MPG and in performance. Whoa. So yeah, try the products. I think they're now. A lot of guys are already saying, I've been using Hot Shot fuel additive for years. Now, have you tried the oil? Ask yourself that question. Have you tried the oil? I think it's cheaper than Shell Rotella if you get it by the 5-gallon. It might be cheaper. I would, double check that, but it might actually not be too bad. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. Quick oil change coming soon to the channel. We're going to be doing the fuel filters. I'll show you guys how I handle that. But this is DS Trucks. My name is Sean. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Over and out.